So I just attempted to jack this thing up on jack stands, and I went to the frame rail, or the subframe rail, or the unibody rail rather, and immediately heard a bunch of crunching, so I didn't let it all the way down. Switched over to the control arm mounts. Those seem pretty solid, but yeah, you can see the sheet metal actually peeled back a little bit, popped apart, but I bet it's something to do with that. There was crunching from both sides, so got some stuff to fix, but it's up in the air in the front, so to get the back up. Alright, so I'm working on replacing this fender right now, and it's bolts in a bunch of places up here around the bumper, and I figured this would be a good little tip for anybody working on this. You have to pull out the air buffer, whatever that, air box thing here in the fender, and bolt it from the engine bay, and then you can pull the elbows and off apart there, and then the main box comes out. But then you can get up to that guy right there. It's a nut on a stud. You can see the stud right here, and then undo these three bumper cover bolts up there. This guy down here, I had to actually take a pair of channel locks and hold this while I undid it with the ratchet, otherwise this was just going to torque and twist and bend. And then the most important bit here is this little assembly. So this comes in from the front, so as they were installing the bumpers, they would just push them straight on and align these things. So with the upper bolt of the bumper cover off, I was able to just push this forward and get it to slide out of the little alignment track there. So this screw that goes right here just holds the bottom of it on, but then there's another screw that's hidden, concealed, that you can't get to take this apart. The only way is to take it off as in reverse order of the way it was installed. So now that that's gone, I have access to this bolt, and then I think that's it down here. This side's all mangled up anyway, so I don't think there's anything to worry about there. And there might be a mount back behind here, and then there's a bolt right there, and then the bolts along the top. Yep, so sure enough, there was a mount there, one there, and across the top, and now this thing comes right off. See, there's our bracket there. Now I've got a little bit of rust to fix. Jeez, I can't talk. That looks pretty raunchy. Oh yeah. Alrighty, got the carpet out. It was nasty. It looks like got some decent rust right through here. That rocker panel on the bottom has been fixed already, so this is probably the other half of the job that they didn't finish. A hole here, and that guy goes all the way up through there, looks like. Oh yeah, the sound deadening is coming up way too easy. Oh yeah. That's why the frame rail crunch was crunchy. Because it is solid rust. Holy shit. Oh, there goes a spider. He doesn't know where he's going. But this stuff goes all the way through here. Looks like there's some right there. Got some over there. Whoosh, bud. There was just one of the back mats. I've already thrown away one. But here's the carpet. Oh yeah, that's good stuff there. Real good stuff. Well, the driver's side, pretty big hole here. Yeah, nothing important, right? A hole there. Got a hole there. Follows up through here, and then piece de resistance. Yeah. So this is gone. Let's rust it all up there. I think that's a suspension mounting point. Let's see. Yeah. So that's, I think that's one of the control arm bolts. So that's cool. Or it's right next to it. One of the two. But, yeah, that's pretty bad. So out of all things to not really rust, oh, I take that back. I see a hole now. I was going to say the wheel wells looked like they're okay, but nope. Let's poke it through. Got some rust back there. Yeah. But, ooh. There's something there. Similar on the other side. There's a little bit of there. I think the rest is just dirt. And I got some kind of repair here. I have no idea what that's about. Check that out right now. Let's see. So that's, yep, that's holding the rear control arm on. Oh, joy. So I started cutting this all out. You know, trying to figure out how bad this really is. This is kind of structural through there, but nothing can't fix. That's structural. Needs to be plated up, not a big deal. But I started looking at the rocker panel and found this gem. So it is worse than the other side, because the other side had at least been patched together. This is exactly the noise that I was hearing when I was driving it. Because the whole control arm was moving. Cool. Alright, so I got an update. I've got a panel cut out there. And I started working on where this pinch weld used to be. And this is the rocker panel that somebody replaced. Come on, focus, there we go. And they basically just removed the pinch weld all the way down and then folded this under and tack welded it to the floor panel. So I'm trying to salvage this little ear here. So basically, I just made a cut straight down. I'm going to slide a thicker piece of sheet metal on the backside of this. Get this tacked to that, tacked to the body here, and then cut away this garbage down here. I know I'm going to have some garbage left in there, but I'm not after perfection. I'm after good enough. I want to drive it. So then I'll be able to get rid of some of this garbage down here and redo the pinch weld and build this back up, and then also weld it to this part of the body when I build this back up, so that I actually have a jack point here versus jacking from the control arm or the center up front or the frame rail right here, which is basically non-existent. So that's my plan here. And then after all this is back together, I'll be able to patch that. And then coming on to the inside, from below, I'll be able to fix this front pan, this front lower pan. And when I do that, I'm gonna reinforce that part of the frame rail here. And then finally, I can wrap it all up with a new pan in here. And I may end up cutting this off to square it up, or I may just try to do a panel here and then a panel there. Not entirely sure yet. This is basically the first time I've done something this extensive, so I'm learning as I go. But I'm gonna redo this whole rocker panel. So I'll continue this cut that I started and couldn't get any farther because of the seat rail, and then continue that all the way down, and then rebuild all that. You know, nothing super fancy. It's not going to be perfect, like I said. I'm not looking for perfection. And then just keep on rolling. I'll try to do the similar practice on the other side if it needs that much. I think it's going to need a little bit more. But one step at a time. Don't give up.